You know, I've been watching results. Well, I haven't had hockey to watch on TV. Well, I haven't been able to watch my favorite team play. And the Canucks are my favorite team. And all I've learned tonight in watching and admittedly listening to a lot of the hockey because I've just been so tired today. Um, it's hard luck plays that make it tough to watch. To make it tough to watch hockey when your team isn't very good. To watch the Sedins so close to burying a puck to tie it up during a two man advantage, and then to see the Ducks come down the ice and just some fluky goal going off Trampkin's knee for a guy's first ever goal in the NHL. It's frustrating. It is. It's frustrating. It's frustrating as a fan of the Canucks, admittedly, to watch it happen. And it happens. It's fun to watch hockey on the big screen with the TV up so high, um, but it's frustrating to see it like this. It was nice to see the Oilers turn things around. You'll notice that I've got a little white Christmas tree down in front of the television, um, and that the TV is very nicely in a position where I can kind of feature it while I'm doing a video for you guys. I'm also wearing my brand new Minnesota hat, even though there's like spots here from where the sticker was. I don't keep stickers on my hat, of course. So I discussed that before. This Minnesota one replaces the Dallas one, which had the exact same design that eventually the elastic wore out in it. And of course, I got this from Lids, the same order where I got the Rangers one that I was wearing last night. I just wanted to do a video now. I would have done a video earlier today, but man, today has just not been a good day for me. Just in general. The guy from TELUS comes out first thing this morning to hook us up and get all this set up. The problem was the wiring in the box, the splitter behind the house here is shit. And what's happened is that it's gone out a few times, and every time it's gone out, they've just bypassed the bad spots. They've run out of ways to bypass it. So basically, all the wiring out back is going to get fixed and replaced out. So he was here. It should have been a 20-minute call, and it ended up being about 4.5, 5 hours. And then when he left, I was like, he didn't ask us what channels we wanted. So then, while I was trying to help the kids with something, Yvonne decides, in part based on the fact that I don't like dealing with tech support because I used to do it, to call TELUS tech support. They could have fixed our channels, but their tools were down, and I know that from tech support that does happen, and I don't judge anybody based on their tools being down because it's happened to me. And well, fucking Kessler, fuck you. And then what happened? And then I don't like Karen Kessler's. No, that's real. It's live. Um, and then they had to call back while we were at Superstore. So they called back while we were at Superstore and they fixed the problem. And I get home tired. And I start watching hockey, and then I'm watching the backs of my eyes. And I wake up to this, where Silverberg scored, because Silverberg always scores against Vancouver, it seems. It seems like if he's in any kind of a funk or if he's having a problem scoring, Vancouver comes into his life and it's magic, and he is incapable of not scoring against Vancouver. And if you're a young rookie, uh, just channel Gretzky. Gretzky's first ever NHL goal was against the Canucks. His 802nd goal was against the Canucks. His 500th goal was against the Canucks. I believe his 500th goal was against the Canucks. If you want your first goal, if you want an important goal, and if you want to get out of a slump, you do it against the Canucks. It's frustrating. This is why, like, I know the Canucks had won 2 in a row coming into tonight, and I know they've won 6 out of 10, and I know there's some fans that are saying there's hope, and this is not that year, man. This is not it. Um, the only thing is, and the other part I want to hit on as a Canuck fan watching this, is I've heard people say, well, what about Nolan Patrick? Yeah, Nolan Patrick's not a guy you tank for. I honestly think from what I've heard, all right, and I haven't seen these guys play personally, this season looks to me like the type that you just finish wherever you finish, and the best draft picks in the first round are probably not going to be the top 3 or 4 guys. That being said, Liljegren, from everything I've heard, sounds like he could be exactly what the Canucks need. But as long as they miss the playoffs, they've got a shot at the number 1 draft pick. They can win the draft lottery and get the number 1 pick. Other news from tonight: Boston beats Carolina in a shootout. Pittsburgh, fuck, I fell asleep watching that one. Dallas, just come on, guys, get it together. Oh man, Dallas is so not making the playoffs this year. That it's just brutal, and I can't. It's a 6-2 score, and everybody's gonna expect me to talk about their goaltending. I can't put this one on Niemi. I can't. Dallas just didn't show up. The Islanders shut out Washington tonight. The Islanders are showing signs of life, which is good for them, because they were flirting with the danger territory of not being able to come back. Buffalo is another one that had to start winning, and they win tonight over Buffalo. Maybe getting Eichel back is everything they needed. Florida beat Ottawa in overtime. Detroit lost to Florida in overtime. Ottawa lost to Philly in overtime. Edmonton stops the bleeding and beats Winnipeg 6-3, which is a huge win for Edmonton. There was a lot of chatter on my channel about Edmonton's going to miss, they're going to be out. Edmonton sucks. I don't think anybody's going to look at a win over Winnipeg and say, oh, yay, this means that Edmonton's great. I think this is alarming to Winnipeg fans. They lose at home against a team that should have been down, a team that should have been vulnerable, and they beat you at home 6-3. That's not good. St. Louis beat Tampa 5-4. Tampa's up and down play continues. Chicago won against New Jersey 4-3 in overtime. And the Blue Jackets go into Colorado and they win 3-2. So the Avalanche continue to underperform in my eyes. But it looks like Shadow's giving his vote on the matter. Okay, come on. Come on. No, come on. Don't start that now. Just had to start that now. They're still in the bedroom, so the litter box is here. Their litter box, their water, their food, all here. So, and Draisaitl got 2 tonight, so I guess he answered some critics tonight too. I think that the most important thing to remember with Edmonton is this is a young team. McDavid is a young player. Almost every core guy in Edmonton is young, and they're going to have those nights. The key thing really for Edmonton is to keep their head above water. to come out of those losing streaks with a game like tonight. And that really is the key. That's better. And then tomorrow night, there's only 2 games in the NHL, and I know they both feature Canadian teams, but I'm not a Calgary fan, so I don't really have a vested interest in Calgary, Minnesota, and Montreal and San Jose. Again, those are 2 of my least favorite teams. So, but yeah, tonight's hockey's been interesting twists and turns. Again, this is part of the parody thing. I even saw an article on, shoot, I don't know if it was TSN or if it was the Hockey News, but an article on basically the fact that there's so little difference between the good and the bad teams. There's so much parity that makes it tough to watch. It's Kessler. Your mother's not here, sweetie. She had to go get Malachi. She had to rush and get Malachi. So.
I might have rainbow and pickles.
Well, I don't know, sweetie. She had them in here, but I think she put them in your room. I think she put them in your room because she found them in here, but they're not in here now. I don't see them.
So, unless see them in Gabriel's bed or my bed.
Well, I don't think they're in here because she had them. She found them in here, but I don't think they're in here.
The rainbow and rainbow and rainbow and pickles is dead dark.
Well, I'm sure they're around somewhere, but they're not. So I don't think they're in here because she found them in the bed, and they're not in there now. All right, there's some delay in me continuing this video, but yeah. So watch this game. It's obvious that the Canucks. I gotta find a place for this damn thing. The Canucks are just overmatched by the Ducks right now, and it's too bad because I really hate that guy Kessler. Really, really hate him. And I will say this. There are good signs if you're a fan of the Canucks right now, in the midst of a poor season. I'm not going to deny them that. And John Gibson robbed Daniel Sedin here in the third. What looked like it should have been a goal. Gibson just does he around the world with it. Gibson traditionally has good games against the Canucks, like Freddie Anderson did last year. Ducks just own Vancouver for the most part, and it's just one of those years. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and leave it at that for tonight. Thanks for watching. Again, these little diversions where I get interrupted happen a lot. It's part of now being in a home with this many children. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you all again soon. I may do another video before I go to bed tonight. We'll see. But again, thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're just passing through.